guys, welcome back to my next video on tanning a hide. So it's been about 2 weeks later and the squirrel hide is all dried out. It's been sitting in this borax for, like I said, about 2 weeks. And so what we're going to be doing in this video is, well, first of all, if you didn't watch the first video, go watch that one. And alright, so first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to unpin the hide. So you've got all these nails in here. You might want a hammer. That might be a little bit easier. Alright guys, now that we got a hammer, first thing we're taking all these little nails that I had in here out. Just take those out. Make sure you get them off the hide. Shouldn't take you that long. But in this video, we're going to be doing the most time-consuming part of tanning a hide, and that's the actual tanning part. This was just drying it out so that you could tan the hide properly. Because if it's not dry, then it won't work. Okay, so as you can see, just pop them right out. It's fairly easy. Shouldn't take you too long. Okay. Should be like a nice pliable cardboardy feel to it. Okay. What you're going to do is you can take a butter knife and just scrape this really good with a butter knife. That just gets all the leftover stuff out. Like anything that you didn't get when you were scraping it in the last video. If you missed anything, this is when you can get all that stuff out. So now that all the nails are mainly out, you're gonna do that. So alright guys, this is what it should look like. Pretty pliable. So kind of feels like cardboard. It's nice and smooth. But anyways, what you're gonna do is just take a butter knife and you're just gonna start scraping it and get all that stuff that you missed when you were flushing it before. You gotta get all that stuff off, and it shouldn't take too long. You gotta only do it for like 5 to 10 minutes. And once you do that, then we're going to start the tanning process, which I'll show you here in a minute. So I'm gonna show you how to scrape it with the butter knife, and then we'll get on to tanning. Alright guys, I stepped out of my garage so I can get a better lighting. But anyways, got a butter knife, and what I'm going to do is just hold it down and start scraping that hide. As you can tell, some of the stuff is coming out. That's exactly what you want. Look at all that stuff. Alright guys, now for the second to last step. All you're going to do is take some eggs, and I have 3. You can use as many as you need though. So what I'm going to do is crack these eggs. I'm trying to get just the egg yolk on this. Okay, so I have just the egg yolk. It's the only thing I'm going to use. I've got the basic profile of my squirrel hide here. What I'm going to do, just smush that egg on there. Just rub it in, get it all in there, everywhere on there. Okay, just like that. You really want to get that everywhere. Maybe you could crack another one on there too. I'm only going to use 2 for right now. Make sure you get it all on that tail. like I said, get it everywhere. Every single spot that you can think of. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is just crinkle it up nice and tight. And I'm just going to pull it and stretch it until that egg dries up. I'm going to do this for about an hour. I like to use about 3 to 4 eggs. I'll probably use for a small hide like this. But for a big deer hide, I don't know, I'd probably use about a dozen or 2. But here, I'll show you what you kind of want. See how it's starting to turn white in all those spots? That's what you want the whole thing to look like. So, just keep doing this. If you get tired, keep doing it more. Do it for about as long as you can handle, and then go about 15 more minutes. And once you do that, then you'll probably be about done. And what I like to do is, if I do it really late and it's starting to get dark, I'll just set it down in my garage so it can't get wet. And I'll just lay it there, and then I'll come back the next day, keep working at it. And eventually, it'll turn into a nice leather. So what you're going to do is just stretch it and pull it as much as you can. Like I said, once it's that nice white color, then it's perfect. Ripped it. Be very careful along the tail too, because it could rip. And another thing that I like to do also is, if you have like a playground or something, I'll just take 2 C-clamps, attach the C-clamps right here, then I'll just hang it and just stretch it as much as I possibly can. Then I'll adjust it, put 2 more C-clamps right here, pull it like that, and yeah, so just keep doing that until the whole thing is all white, and then I'll show you the next step. Alright guys, so this is what it should look like when you're done with the egg. Still got some yellow on it, but it's mostly white. And another little trick that you can do is, if you have like a post or like a playground or something, just take this and just go back and forth. Just wrap your hand around the tail and just go back and forth along a post or something. That just gets it nice and soft. And it should feel a little bit like leather when you're done with it. And then there's just one final step. Just make sure that you keep working it, and until it turns nice and white. I used about 4 eggs on this, so that should be about what you're going to use for a squirrel about this size. And alright, now let's go on to the last step, and then it'll be all done. Alright guys, I'm inside now, and I've got the hide. And basically what I'm going to do is, I'm going to rinse it and wash it nice and good. Just get all that egg off. What you can do is get a brush like this. This is just a scrub brush, and have the warm water on and just rub it nice and clean. And then for the fur, what you can do is, if you have like a fake brush or something, or like a little comb that you don't need, you can just go in and comb out the hair, and that just gets most of the egg out. So you just want to get most of the egg out, and then we'll go on to the next step. Alright guys, now that's all washed, should look kind of like this. Okay, and you just want to go in and wring it all out, get it all nice and clean, and just stretch it a little bit more. Could use soap too if you want to when you're washing it. I didn't, just make sure it's all nice and dry. And then just take a couple paper towels here. And just put it in the paper towel. dry. Make sure that you really get the tail good because the egg can kind of stick in that and ruin it. Or not ruin it, but you can always pick bits of the egg out later. And basically just pat it dry. Get all that water out best that you can. Okay, and then I will see you back in my garage for the last step. Alright guys, now that we've washed it, it's nice and clean. What we're going to do is just lean it up on a chair, something in a nice covered area on my garage. And I'm just going to leave it there for about a day. Then I'll come in, stretch it, and pull it for a little bit. And then I'll leave it there to dry for another day. Then I'll stretch it and pull it, and I'll just keep doing that until it's about the consistency that I want. And then it's done. And once you're done, another thing that you can do is put some kind of nice scented oil. I use Neat's Foot oil. It's this stuff that's really cheap. You can get it off of Amazon for like $7. And I just use that, so then once it's completely dry, I'll just take a little paintbrush or something. I'll just brush this whole thing down with it, and I'll just stretch it and pull it so it gets into the hide. And that just softens it up and gets it nice and soft and like leather. So that's what I do. That's how I tan hides. Do it however you want, but I think that's the easiest way to do it. Like I said, you don't need anything too special. Yeah, see you on the next one.